about it had a dead note there. Anyway, whatever. I'm just playing around there. Hey, my name's Keith Williams with Fretmore Guitar Lessons. Appreciate y'all tuning in today. And we're going to have a little fun with the Capo today. If you don't know what that is what that little gizmo is right there. That is a Kaiser Capo. And I have a link actually down in the description there for that. I hope you can see that. It's black, so I don't know how that's showing up there. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Get a little better look at it there. And so we want to talk about the Capo and to use the Capo or not, when to use it, and why we need to use it, how to use one, all that sort of thing. So anyway, hopefully this will be a helpful video for you, lesson for you, and kind of open up a whole new world of guitar playing for you if you don't already know how to use a Capo and everything. So I'm going to show you, like I say, some tips on that. And I want to tell you a little bit about our sponsor, which is another company of mine. It's called Noun Hound, and we have it's a game company, and this is a word game. We have a link down below to our Etsy store, and I get a little glare on this every time, but anyway, there's the Noun Hound. Ages 6 and up. May look like a little kid's game, but it is for adults alike. We have some in some of the homeschool stores around. Boy, I cannot ever get that. There we go. There we go. A little bit better. Shows you some of the words there. There's 52 cards, I believe. 52 or 54 cards. Maybe 54 cards. And they have 6 nouns on them each, and so you have to roll the die, and whatever number that lands on, that's what word you spell. Each person has a different word to spell, and then all the letter tiles like bananagrams or Scrabble, they're all face down, and you got to look at them and try to spell your word quickly, and then you get to bark at the end if you win. How about that? So that's kind of fun. But anyway, so it's a good educational game. We homeschool our kids, and so we come up with this game, me and my son. And so it's a lot of fun as far as it just a fun game, and it's a quick game, doesn't last long. It doesn't take a long time to play it. You can play it virtually anywhere, and so it's fun in that respect. It's not like playing Monopoly or something like that. It's not a long game, but like I say, it can be educational too, helping your youngsters to spell and to learn their letters and learn how to just understand the spelling of the words, and of course they're all nouns in this case. But anyway, great game, and like I said, it'd be a help to us if you purchase one of those. And then we have another game here, Flip Flopsies is also on that same link in that Etsy store, and that's just a card game with opposites on it that you have to match up the opposites. And again, it looks like a little kid's game, but it's pretty challenging. So we did a toy fair up in New York, the big toy fair in New York City years ago, and we had college students that loved Noun Hound. I was kind of surprised myself because I thought, they're going to think that's too childish, but it's really it's a good game for any age. So anyway, be sure and check that out. We got links to some of the products we use: a guitar, strings, picks, my hat, whatever, and we get a kickback on that, or a little commission, I guess you'd say, from Amazon. If you purchase anything like that, we got some music down there, and we have a Fretmore store. I sometimes forget to mention that. We have t-shirts that say Fretmore Guitar Lessons, got our logo, Fretmore, stretch less, make music. And so anyway, be sure and check that out. All the support you can give us, we sure appreciate it. And just a thumbs up on this video. Any comments, you got requests, anything like that, we'd love to hear from you. And of course, subscribe to us would be great as well. So anyway, appreciate y'all tuning in. We'll talk about this Capo guy. Okay, Kaiser Capo. Again, you don't have to use a Kaiser Capo. There are other kinds out there. I think this one's probably, I haven't looked in a little while, I want to say 15, probably closer to $20 is what I'm thinking for this. Maybe some cheaper, but this one I've had for a long time. I've got a couple like this, and they've lasted a long time and done well for me. So I've just stuck with it. So there may be some better ones out there. I know there's some more expensive ones out there, and maybe some cheaper ones out there. So, but anyway, it's a good investment for you, okay? Because like I say, this is going to open up a whole new world to you as far as guitar playing if you've not used one of these and you don't know what these are about. So this video may be a little long, but I want it to be comprehensive. I want it to be just a full, I want to give you a full understanding of the Capo and when to use it, and why you need to use it, and how it will help you in your playing, whether you're playing with a group in a jam session or just playing by yourself. Maybe you're writing songs. how it can help you there as well. So first of all, I want to show you how to use it, and then I'll get into times that it's beneficial to use it, okay, and then times it's just fun to use, okay. So the way this one works is you just grab it like that right there. It's got that spring there, okay, and you just grab it and squeeze it, okay. And then you want to just slip it over, like we're going to, depending on where you're at in your guitar journey, assuming you know these are the frets here, okay. And so you're basically, when you're using the capo, this piece of the guitar is called the nut, okay. The end of the guitar before it goes into the headstock and the end of the neck here is called the nut. I don't know why they call it a nut. It doesn't look like a nut to me, but anyway, that's what they call it. And so so basically, when you use a capo, you're moving that nut up, with this capo. You're changing the position of things, position of that nut. And so if you capo up one fret, then we would capo, this is the first fret, so that's one fret, okay? And we're going to capo, and sometimes you have to kind of get it lined up, look down, and make sure you get it all the way down, where it's covering all the strings. This is your first string on the bottom here, okay? So make sure it's covering all those strings. I'll get up here a little closer so you can see that. And you want it as close to this fret, whichever fret you're capoing up to, you want it as close to that as you can get to without being on the fret, okay? Because you'll get dead notes and it won't sound right. But you want to get close to it. If you get in the middle, I think used to, when I first started playing, I didn't know the difference. I just stick it in the middle, and it changes your tone a little bit, okay? So you want to get right up to that fret, because like I say, you're wanting to take the place of this nut here, and that's at the, the end of those strings, and so you want to get right up there as close to that fret and to end of that part of the string right there, okay, where that fret stops, and capo that thing down, okay. And then what you want to do is just want to strum it, okay. Make sure you don't have any dead strings. No, just like to play a chord. Make sure everything sounds good, okay. Because like I say, if you don't get it down far enough, that first string, that E string on the bottom, the first string might be you might miss that or something, and then it won't sound right. Or if you get it too close to the fret, you might get a little buzz sound or whatever. So, all right, so that's how you put one on, okay? And I just want to get it close to the fret, make sure it's covering all the strings and everything's good there. Now, when and why do we need to use a capo? When's the time to use one? And I'll give you a couple of scenarios. I'm going to show you on a couple of chords, and then I'll show you some other things as well. But I'm just going to show you right now today on two chords that are commonly you commonly use a capo for. Okay, and one of them is the F. Okay, so reason people capo playing an F. Now there's some guitar players out there I'm sure are like, oh, I don't mind, I play an F, I don't care. But some of us don't like the F chord that well. Okay, and especially in the key of F, it's just not as fun to play, and in the open chords. And so a lot of times you're in a jam session, somebody's like, oh, this is an F. And I'm like, oh man, and I don't like to play an F, or I don't, I'm not as good I don't like the sound of it. I'm not as good at playing the F, whatever the case may be. But it's usually because of they just don't like playing in the F chord. That's kind of a lot of it. And so what they'll do is they'll capo up one, okay, play it in the E position. Okay, now that's an F right there. Even though we're in the E position, we're playing an E chord, an A chord, a B7. We're actually playing in the key of F. Okay, that replaces it. So, like Johnny Cash, a lot of his songs, he plays in F, but he plays them up here. Okay, he plays them in this E position. Okay, so in other words, let me take this off first of all. Okay, so there's our E chord, right? There's E. All right, so how do we know that's A? How do we know what that is? See, so let me walk down the notes for you, and the chords work the same way. A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. So there's 7 notes, major notes, okay? And there's 7 major chords, okay? They're all the same, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. All right, so E does not have a sharp. There's no E sharp, Okay, there's an A sharp, and there's no B sharp either. Okay, so it goes from A sharp to B, and then straight to C. Okay, then to C sharp to D sharp, E, and then it goes straight to F. Okay, then F sharp, G sharp, comes back around to A again. Okay, again, it works that way with notes and the chords. So we're in the E chord. So if we want to play an F, we just move that position up one time because there's no sharp. Okay, but you can't play an E chord or play that that E position, okay, up one without the capo, because it sounds pretty bad. Okay, it's not going to sound right. Even though those notes, just those three notes where you're fingering, those make up, that's the F chord. But the open strings are not going to sound right unless you capo up. Okay, so we move up one. Okay, so that's how you can tell how far to capo is. You go, okay, what key do I need to play in? Okay, if I'm in, I want to play an F. Okay, what's before F? E. Okay, is there an E sharp? No, there's not. So I just need to capo up one fret and play in that E position, and suddenly I'm in F. Okay, and so that is one of the most common, I would say, uses of the capo as far as transposing the key itself. Okay, people don't want to play an F, so they capo up that one, play an E position. Okay, so that is, like I say, a very commonly used one. Like I say, you're in a jam session, or just you're listening to a record and they're playing it in F, and because even a lot of the big guys, they're going to capo up and play that thing in the E position. They're not going to play it in the F position, the open F. Okay, so anyway, so that is a major time that you're going to use that capo as well. Okay, now another one is the C chord. Okay, now of course the key of C has what in it? An F. Okay, and so again, maybe just avoiding playing that F, or sometimes it's because of the positioning. If you play a C chord, the key of C, play the C in the A position, for instance, which is played very often, and you hear that on a lot of records. People capo up. Instead of playing it in the open C, they'll capo up and play it in the A position. And when they do that, it frees them up to do some different licks, some different sounds. Now, a lot of exceptions to that. Of course, Wildwood Flower is played in C, but you play it in the open C position. That's just the way it was written. But there are a lot of songs that they'll capo up and play it in the A position, play that C, and then it's just, like I say, they're not having to play the F, and maybe they just like playing in the A position better. Okay, so in order to do that, all right, so let's say, let's take the capo off so I can show you how to. So if we want to play in the A position, all right, here's A, okay. Now I play an A with my flat part of my index finger, so I'm going to show you how to play an A a different way maybe today too. You're learning a few more things today. But anyway, I get the third and fourth string with that index finger, and then I get to, let me come up here closer, and then I get my second finger on the second string of the second fret. Okay, so this, I'm getting two strings, and I'm coming down with my second finger, second string, and there's the A chord. How about that? And then you just strum the 5 strings. Okay, so that is maybe a new way for you to play an A, and what that does. And I've got a lesson on playing an A and an A sus as well, and that frees you up because you've got your ring finger over here. Okay, frees you up a little bit. If you're doing 3 fingers, you don't have that freedom. Okay. So anyway, it's just another way to play an A. Maybe open you up to some new things there as well. All right, so we're in the A. This is the A chord. All right, we want to play in C. Okay, well, what do we do? Well, we gotta walk up. Okay, A. What's next? We walk up here. Now it's not going to sound right, of course. If we just play the 3 strings that we're fingering, it'll sound all right. But so you can walk up. So A, what's next? A sharp. What's next? B. Is there a B sharp? Nope. There's no B sharp and there's no E sharp. Okay. E goes straight to F. B goes straight to C. Okay. So we're in B. What's next? C. So there's a C chord. Well, again, we can't play them open because it's not going to sound right. So we need to capo, right? All right. When we're playing in the A here, then what would we do? Come down here. Would we capo right before it? No, because when we're playing in A, there's an open fret. The first fret is open. Okay. So when we come down here, we don't want to put it here because then it's not going to be. That's not going to be a C. Okay. It's going to change it. So if we leave that open, just like it's open in the fret before the A here, we leave that open. So we're going to capo on the third. Okay. Capo on the third to play in C. Okay. So again, we want to grab our capo and we want to get it lined up, get it as close to that. Sometimes I need my glasses to make sure I get it right. Get it as close as we can there. Okay, on that, close to that fret, and we play in that C. So on the third fret, and like I said, that one's open. So we just consider this really the second fret when we're playing. Once we capo up, like I say, this capo takes the place of the nut up here. Okay, so we just, I count this as the second fret at this point. Okay. Okay, so that C now, or that A position is a C chord now. Okay, that's a C chord. So now if somebody wants to play in C, we can play in C. Or we can play in A position. So there's C, and then the D would be the F. Okay, and then E would be your G or G7. Okay. So that kind of changes it up there. You play a little different on the. So anyway, this kind of gives you, it's a little easier to do some picking. And like I say, I'm sure there's some guitar players out there who's like, I can play this, I can pick in a C, it don't matter. And that's great if you can, that's awesome. But the A position just does kind of open up some new things for you to play in that A position as opposed to the C. And then like I say, if you don't like playing the F chord, then there you go, you can play it in that position and play, and that way the D chord, which is an easy chord to play, is your F now. Okay. Now I just showed you something new here. Okay, is if you didn't want to play up here in that where we capoed up one and played at the E position, which is F. Well, now we know this D is F as well. So you could play in the key of F, but play in the D position, capoed up 3. If somebody's playing an F, you say, well, I want to capo up. I'm going to capo up 3 and play in the D position. Okay, because that still works too. Because what happens is, I'll show you how this works. I'll take that off here. There's your D, D sharp. What's after D sharp? E. Is there an E sharp? Nope. So it goes straight to F. So that's why that works, and that's how that works. Okay, so you're learning some things, just how to figure out those chords as well, and how to figure out, in the D position, where's the F chord? In the A position, where's the C chord? That sort of thing. And you can go on down and you can get all of the major chords and the sharps and all that by walking on down with the A and the D and all of them, E, everything. Okay, so there's an F chord in D. So there's, like say, the two, I believe, probably the two most common times that you use a capo as far as transitioning chords. But sometimes you just want to transition, you want to play it different. You just want a different sound, you want to play an E, but I want to play it up here. Okay, so you got E, F, F sharp, there's G. So Capo Up 3, you're in G right there. How about that? Again, it's a little different and playing it in the E position. You get a little more opportunities like this, like the run. And you can do a run from a regular G as well, but it's just a different run. And so it just kind of gives you a little, just opens up some new opportunities for you and a whole new journey for you, hopefully. And if you're writing songs, just another reason to capo up besides wanting to transpose and play in a different position, but just you're writing and I'm always writing in D and G, and that's what I usually do. I get, and also all my songs get to sounding pretty similar. Okay, so maybe I move up here and I play it still in the D position, but now I'm playing an F because I don't like to play an F. Okay, I don't play an F chord much. Don't like to, if I don't have to, but I can still play an F here, but I'm playing in the D position. So it gives you a little different sound to maybe the song that you're kind of, if you're like me, I'm bad to write, it seems like the same melody every time, or similar. And I mean, that's because I'm playing in the same key a lot of time, but you capo up and playing even in the same position, you change the key, you change the sound, okay? And you can get some new sounds and some new creativity going on there. So anyway, be sure and my Google, set my Google off somewhere somehow. I don't know what I said, but anyway, he was trying to answer me back there. But anyway, I hope this has been helpful to you, and the when and the why, how to use a capo. And anyway, like I say, this just opens up. I mean, you can capo all the way down here if you want to, and just play. Sometimes, like I say, people play, kind of get that mandolin sound, So, like I say, there's all kinds of things that you can do with this thing, and really, hopefully, has opened your eyes to a lot of things. Oh man, things I can do now. And if you don't like playing the F chord or don't like playing the C as well, you don't have to anymore. Okay, you don't have to. Some people call that cheating. It's probably some guitar players say that's cheating. That ain't. Real players don't use a capo, but I've seen a lot of big artists that use capos. Now, sometimes a lead guitar player, you're not going to see them playing with a capo as much because they kind of want to be all over the neck, and they're not playing the chords as much. They're playing around the chords, and so they might not use it as much. But for a rhythm player, and even like I say, even if you are picking some, it's just. It changes things up for you, makes things a little easier, and also when you're trying to listen to a song and you're like, man, I can't find what key they're in. I'm playing not an E, I don't know what they're doing. Sometimes you got to capo that thing up, and sometimes you have to play around with it. Like you say, you may not even capo up. Like I said, may play it in a D position. You can walk up, just as long as you hit them 3 strings that you're fingering. You can play by ear. You can listen to what they're doing and try to figure out what key they're in. And they say, "Oh, they're down. Yeah, they're playing in that C, but you can tell it's not maybe in the open C." Okay, and so capo up 3, play it in A position, play it in the C, and there you go. So anyway, listen, appreciate so much y'all tuning in. And once again, my name is Keith Williams with Fret More Guitar Lessons, where we fret more, stress less, and make a whole lot of music. Like I say, be sure to check out things below there in the description, and subscribe to us if you would. Give us a thumbs up on this one, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.